Love that I testify of. Look what I do without your love. Hello, everyone. Dr. LaBenton here. Happy today to you. Around me. Look what you've done already. I started this new routine where, well, not that I started. I like listening to music. It helps me relax into what we're about to do. Dr. LaBenton here. This is one of my favorite songs. I think I played this in the last slide. Look What You've Done Already. Look What You've Done by Great Man Tackett. Look what you've done already. Look what you. How's everybody doing? If you're watching live, hashtag live. If you're watching replay, hashtag replay. They're open to see. My ears are open to hear. All right. Let's not get too carried away. Good to see everyone today. Happy today to you, Dr. LaBenton. Living Spring Family Medical Center. I help people live long and well because I believe the quality of life is just as important as the quantity of life. And today we'll be having a discussion on supplements, on how they can help you live better. Once again, if you're watching live, hashtag live. If you're watching replay, hashtag replay. What I'm going to do is bring on our guest. Even though I don't see, let me see. I don't see her on the video. I'm going to talk about supplements, the role they have to play. I'll be honest with you, initially, I'm not a big fan of supplements growing up. I felt all supplements you need really can be found in your foods, right? But as we understand, the change in food quality, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago from now, there's a difference. The soil is not as rich with nutrients. And so the place of supplementation is there. All right. I use supplements. I use some of them to help with backaches, joint aches, muscle cramps. I use some to help with sleep. I use some to also help with energy, and all of them are plant-based. So we'll talk about some of that once we have our guest ready. Now, while we're having this conversation, let's see. While we're having this conversation, because it comes up a lot in the clinic, right? So a lot of times people say, oh, I tried the supplement. What do you think? I want to take this for this. I want to take this for that. So I figured this would be a good place to kind of talk about. I'll share some of the ones I use so we can decide if it's something that is a good fit for you. And of course, these are medical suggestions. It is important that you have a conversation with your doctor to discuss what's a good fit for you. All right. How you all doing? How you all doing? How you all doing? Can you believe it? The year is almost like we're in October 2022. All right. Let me see here. All right, so it looks like we have some technical issues. Let me see. Give me 1 second. I will play some music while I'll try to figure out what's going on. 1 second, okay? All right. All right. While we wait, I will wait for the technical issues to be resolved. I'll go ahead and start, and we'll go from there. Let me see. Okay, let's see. Um, hmm, all right, let's see. All right. Okay, so it looks like our guest is here, but we cannot see her. Um, okay, let's see. Can you hear me? All right, so it looks like we're having technical issues, so we're going to go ahead. I'll ask myself the questions and we'll go from there, okay? All right. So the first question is, what role do health supplements play in overall wellness, and when should someone consider taking them? All right. So I'll be honest with you. This is something that, you like I said, it's a suggestion. Um, it's important that you meet with your doctor to know what's a good fit for you. But where do supplements come to play? I'll be honest with you. I'm a physician. I do prescribe medications. I know medications, are here to help us. But if I can get a plant-based solution to it, then I'd rather do that. For instance, I'm a big fan of ashwagandha. It helps with relaxation, and for stress minimization. So I use that as a supplement. I'm also a big fan of organic sulfur, and I use that from a product line called Live Pure, and I use it in the evenings, in warm water to help with joint aches. It helps my back, it helps my limbs, and it's a good nighttime relaxant for me to take. Um, I also use, so it all depends on what the issues are. I have patients who come in saying, I get constipated. I don't want to take medications. I'd like to try something that's a little bit plant based. So magnesium citrate is an option, and I use it. I pick supplements based on the plantiness of it. So if it's plant based, it's something I'll try because I do believe when it's plant based, your body recognizes it, and so it's able to use it to help you. All right. So why should we consider supplements? Because, like I said earlier in this live, the truth is that the a lot of the foods we eat right now are not as organic as they used to be. We do know that a lot of foods, most of the foods, are actually genetically modified, genetically altered for mass production, meaning it tweaked the way foods are made, and they're made in with the goal of making them bigger, making them last longer. So it's not as natural. I'm thankful for science, but I believe God knew what he was doing when he made the food. So I like the original. All right. And so a lot of foods are not as organic as they used to be. And so the quality of the food is different. And so supplements do have a place. I believe they do help augment our foods. I'm a big fan of foods that are high in antioxidants. So berries, your goji berries, right? Your elderberries, they're not commonly found, but um, they do help with raising your or reducing inflammation. That's one. And two, they also help boost your immune system. I'll be honest with you, I initially, like I said, with supplements, I was like, you know what, I'll use food. But as I've seen some of my patients or my clients get better with supplements and even get off medicines, my interest was piqued. All right. Let me see. Looks like our guest. Can you hear me? All right, now, okay. So you're mute. I'm going to add you to the stage, and then we'll go ahead. All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All
Hi,
right.
Doctor.
Welcome. So for we kind of started talking about supplements, why we use them, and all that good stuff. But if you don't mind, could you introduce yourself, who you are, and what you do, and what's your link, like what's with you and supplements, something to that sort.
All right, Doctor. Oh, it's nice to be here. Thanks for having me. My name is Adebola Awolesi. I live here, Staten Island, New York. Married with 2 kids, 12 and 9, a girl and a boy. So my journey with supplementation started about, this is my 7th year actually, being consistent using yes, this supplements. And before I go into disclosing the big elephant in the room, there was a need. It was based on a needs basis. And I was nearing 40. I'll be 45 in December. And, as the journey is going as a mother and as a woman, you begin to deplete in so many things that you can, if you're paying attention, you will know that your body needs help. So I needed that help. And my husband and his cousin, who is a dietitian, introduced me to Pure. And she started in August of 2017. She actually used it by herself in order to just save the integrity of disclosing it to other people. By December, when I started, it only took me 3 days to know that I was on a good stuff. 3 days only. Yes, and I'm still on it. This is my 7th year, and it's been a good journey based on the results for myself and my family.
All right, awesome. And the truth is, I got to know about it through you, and
Yes.
also seeing the stories of people, getting better, getting off medications, using plant-based supplements to help them. I mentioned earlier in our live that, of course, we recommend seeing your doctors or your healthcare provider to find out one that's tailor fit for you. But I do believe like supplementation does have a role to play in overall wellness, and find one that suits you accordingly. All right. Now, so let's talk about, there's so many supplements on the market. I don't know if Live Pure was the first one that you saw. But what did you do? What kind of research did you do to decide that this is something that you should take, or was it solely because you trusted the person?
I'll say both, but I did my due diligence because I know that I had used a couple that I don't have to mention their names, and there wasn't any effect. They were expensive. Sometimes I think one of them gave me severe constipation. And it's a big brand product. But at the time that I needed to start on this new supplementation, I think what gave me the nudge was it was research based. 30 years using it on consumers, patients in California. There are also, I think, maybe one out of many that is in the physician's desk reference. So this can be prescribed by doctors. And I think by the time I also did my due diligence, I understood that a number of doctors were literally saying it out that they were not educated on supplementation or nutrition when they were in medical school. So the buy-in from the medics was another key indicator for me because, doctors don't literally give that opportunity, so I think those were my caveats, and it did work well for me.
I have to say my favorite of all I like, a lot of the Pure products, but my favorite is the Goji. No, not Goji. Yeah, Goji, the Goji drink. And
the red one.
The blue bottle.
Going.
I'm sorry, going. And the organic sulfur. I have to say that works. But a lot of the supplements, they're plant-based, they taste like plant.
Yes.
How do you this organic sulfur helps my joints. I feel great, I sleep well, but it tastes like whoo. So how do you deal with that? How do you reconcile that?
So when I started, I was desperate, this is desperate measures, right? So I was very desperate. And when I started with organic sulfur and cleanse is actually not a good taste either. I could see that my entire gum was swollen. And the third day, like I said, in 3 days, I was able to see a significant change. So during that swelling, I saw that I was not feeling pain. I was actually being detoxed. I could see things coming out of me apart from my bowel movement, which was extremely scary, I must say, because I never knew that I had so much junk inside of me, So by the time I had that, by the 7th day, I could see a number of my my teeth. There was just a change, and it was very visible to me.
Okay.
So even though I looked healthy, I felt somewhat healthy. I think those first 10 days was a significant detoxation going on around me. So yes, they don't taste that great, but I kid you not, I have a 9-year-old now. He's been on pure, especially organic sulfur. He dabs it in. It has changed the entire system. You just take it and that's it. It doesn't feel like, when we started. So your taste buds seems to get used to it and you feel better, especially the mouth area makes you feel very good. So I guess we are already used to it. We just take it. We don't mix it with anything. We just take it natural.
Okay. I take mine with the warm water, so that
Yes,
works for
yes, to
me.
dissolve it. Yeah.
Mhm. Now, aside from supplements, and I want us to be clear that we're not saying don't eat your fruits and vegetables or don't, eat whatever and then you use the supplements to make up for it.
Yeah.
So this is supposed to be in addition to a healthy lifestyle. Can you shed more light on the things that you do from a lifestyle point of view, so that our viewers don't think it's a
Yeah.
magic?
Yes, it's not magic, but the consistency is where the magic is. So I still have my apple. I still have an apple a day. They always say, like you always say, an apple a day takes the doctor away. Now research shows that you need more than an apple a day. So these are backed by fact. And I think the good thing about having the superfruits, which is just like having your squeezed, say, for instance, pineapple in a bottle, which is good for a specific or numerous needs. I remember when I was young, my grandmother used to be a pediatric nurse many, many years ago. She's late now. And when we have headaches as children, she would give us pineapple. When we have, I'm sure you know that orange, you have to use your bowel movement and all that. So that's where the superfruits have their own uniqueness. For instance, I used to break out a lot as a kid. Anytime I take the purple one, when I'm breaking, especially during my period,
Yeah.
I don't break out and I just glow. So during my journey in 2017, 2018, I was like a pregnant woman because my entire skin was glowing. People thought I went somewhere away for some, resort. I was literally glowing. So that is the beauty of the superfruits. I still eat well and I still have my weaknesses. I still eat cookies and all of that stuff. But, when I know I've gone overboard, I just take my cleanse and take it out of my system. So that is the beauty of pure, as you know, the philosophy is cleanse, balance, and build, so I follow that philosophy. As a human being, we all have all those extras that we go through. We swim, as an example. And I know when I do that, I get very dry. So this is where I leverage on the power of pure. So they all have their uniqueness.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's good to know. And I have to say, the purple one is a little tough, but I do drink the noni. It helps with heartburn.
Yes.
That's a good one, and a lot of my patients I've fallen in love with that as well. Now, my next question to you though is, in picking a high quality supplement, some may choose to join Pure. I'll put the link, by the way, at the end of this live, so you can look and see products that could be good for you based on your health concerns. But how do you ensure like you're choosing a high quality product in your experience? I mean, you've been using this for a while, and I know you did say that you trusted someone, it was plant based. But what else did you look at? Because there are many out there. Some you've tried as well. But for someone who's watching and saying, "Well, okay, I like what you're saying. I like that it works for you. I like that it's worked for quite a few people, or quite a many people actually." But what would you say to look for, and why one should choose this product?
I think you should trust the system. I think one of the beauty of Pure is, we love our doctors 100%, especially when the doctors are with Pure. They give us facts, they're patients, and we listen to all of you because you're coming from a place of fact, a place of science-driven fact. You see your patients getting well. For instance, I've seen a whole, I'm sure remember Dr. Okpala. I thought I was going to be here with you. She was morbidly obese, and to see her tell us that she was referring to her patients that, I used to be like you, and I do not want you to be like me or my old self. If I use it, then I can say you can use it. However, if it was other medication, she wouldn't prescribe it for herself. So if doctors begin to use such leverage to say, I'm using this because it's working for me and I'm giving it back to you, then you want to know that doctors know what they're talking about. So that was a big indicator for me to trust Pure. And then if you look back at the history of putting the supplements for their patients for 30 years before they came to the public a couple of years ago, I think that is a very good fact finding when you're trying to test, as scientists, you want to test your products on real life situations. And 30 years is quite a very good time to know that, okay, what is the side effects, and all of those stuff. So those are the kind of indicators that I also look for. And also, for instance, during my journey, you talked about Noni. Noni is one of my best. When I started, I had fibroid. I used to have very severe menstrual cycle. And I had a daughter. Well, I still have my daughter. And I'm like, I don't want her to go through this journey. So going and Noni was my to-go for a very young girl. Now she's a preteen. And to see her not going through the abdominal pain and all the issues I used to have as a preteen teen, it's a blessing. So Noni, she knows when it's at that time, she knows what to get by herself. So Noni is our going to go, organic sulfur, and then Mila.
Yeah,
So,
I forgot about. Oh, I love Mila. My chia seeds.
yes, the chia seed.
One of my favorite, because I eat chia seeds. Lowers cholesterol, very good also for gut health. And it's sticky. Chia seeds are sticky. They suck the juice out of anything. But with the micro cut chia seeds, 1 or 2 scoops. I have the kids doing it with their yogurt sometimes.
Yeah.
I sprinkle it sometimes when I'm making pancakes, or sprinkle it over eggs too. Is a good to go. That's good, and it goes with lowering cholesterol. I've had quite a few clients use that as well. But this has been very good. Thank you for sharing your personal story as well, and how you. The truth is, we and I'm speaking for myself as a clinician. A lot of times we're used to certain things, we're taught certain things, prescription medications. We know the lifestyle hacks as well, exercise, using sleep as a superpower, making sure you're drinking water to stay hydrated, mental health care to help keep you, like things that are non-medication based. But I cannot see products, supplements that are working. And I joined Pure because of that. I remember reading a story of a woman who had rheumatoid arthritis, and she said she had been on Pure and she got off her medicines. That was what did it for me. If these are plant-based resources, patients are getting off medications that could potentially be toxic. Why not? Why not? So this is good. Now, before we wrap up, for someone who's watching, who's like, okay, where can I find out more information about Pure, or how can they find out what works for them or which ones to try and things like that? What would you say?
So Pure is right there on our doorstep. The first place I would always recommend, if you're on Facebook, I'm actually on a social media detox for some couple of months now, especially Facebook. So, but Facebook has a very good wealth of information. It's called Changing Lives with Pure, and it's a closed group, so you have to invite your patients there to read up on so many testimonies and stories from everyone across the world using Pure, as far as South Korea, the Asian, Nigeria, and everywhere. So that's a very good resource for them. There's another website where Richard Garcia, who used to be a physician assistant, has a very nice website. Changing Lives to Pure, I think that is also called, and I can always send all that information to you. So what she did was she took each of the products and dissected them piece by piece, letting you know the contents, the ingredients, what they do. As a physician, she has all those details, and then refer you to different stories from folks that use them over time, short term, long term, mid-term. So there's so many resources. It's now on Instagram and TikTok. You see a number of especially the spots. The spots range is also very good. My husband is a physical therapist, and he uses Pure product. So you find out that there are a number of live streamers that are going up to propagate the good news of Pure. And then the website is there also, livepure.com. And you can always refer them using your contacts to livepure.com. Yeah.
I'll put that at the bottom as well.
Okay.
And it's good that you get your research, ask questions, see
Yeah.
what people are saying about it. That's also another way to kind of check to see if this is
Yeah.
a good fit for you. But I have to say thank you for the introduction.
Yes.
You've helped my clients as well. So I appreciate you big time.
My pleasure. And in case your clients also have pets, it's interesting to see that a number of pet lovers do refer their pets to the Pure product. It's interesting to read a number of stories. Yes, especially those that are having some form of inflammation. Here we go. So organic sulfur is very good with pets. Hi.
It's Asha.
Hi, Asha. So yes, organic sulfur is very friendly with pets, so I think that's a good
Here you go.
resource.
Okay. All right. Good to know. I have to make sure that it's good for her gut. Yeah, actually can handle. I just found out they can eat apples. I offered it to her today. She didn't. She was
No
like,
skin.
no skin. Oh, that was my bad. I put it with skin.
Well,
I don't
we
want
can
it.
give you some cleanse.
All right. Good to know. Thank
All
you
right,
so
thank
much
you.
for joining and for
All right.
handling through the hiccups.
Oh, no problem. Thank you. I was able to sort it out.
All right, awesome. Thank you all for watching. If you have questions, some of you see me in the clinic, please feel free to ask when I see you. I put the link at the bottom also for those of you who have questions. And like she mentioned, the Facebook group, I'll get that link from you directly, and I'll put that also as well. All right. Thank you all for joining. As always, if you're looking for an awesome, a thorough, and compassionate family physician who will have conversations like this, including talking about supplements to help you live long and well, I am she. Have a good one, everyone. Thank you so much, sis. This was good.
Take care.
All right.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.